Oh, hey, how you doing? My name is Charlie Foxtrot, and I want to welcome you to the Charlie Foxtrot Military Veteran and Family Resource Show. I hope you enjoy the show. Thanks for tuning in.
First thing we're going to do is welcome, thank you. Appreciate it tremendously, allowing me to walk in and sit in the beautiful city chamber and talk a little bit about independence and veteran services and what's going on.
We're very happy to have you here. Yeah, always happy to talk about this.
So this is, as you may or may not know, this is a brand new episode. So this is the Charlie Foxtrot sitting down with the mayor. So this is Coffee with the Mayor. So just to kind of kick things off and get things started, do you mind just talking a little bit about where you came from and
Sure.
how you ended up in Independence, really?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not a native of Independence. I moved here. I moved here about 2000. Bought my house in 2001. We spent the better part of 2002 working on it. Finally moved in about mid-year and got it finished to the point where anybody would consider it a livable house by the end of the year. But so yeah, I fell in love with an old Victorian house in downtown.
Okay, so then you've been doing the mayor gig for a while. You've been on city council for a while. What do you see now as kind of the top three priorities going forward for the city of Independence?
This is going to sound like a campaign ad, and it's not, but it's going to be my three campaign platforms because those really are what I thought were the priority. It's what got me interested in doing this.
Yeah.
So really the top priority for the, and I'd say, I'll tell you what, there's not even a top. The three more or less equal priorities are economic development, new business. We have got to focus on that. I love what Independence is now. I don't want to be the one to pave paradise and put up a parking lot necessarily, but we don't have a sustainable model. We're the second largest city in Kent County, third in Northern Kentucky, 15th in the Commonwealth. What's important is smart growth. That was a big focus of the Isaac Committee I was on, and it's a big focus of mine. And number three is what I refer to as small town appeal. I coined the term a few years ago, and I've used it a lot, is Independence is Mayberry on steroids. And I believe that. There is a small town feel that everybody recognizes when they come here. I hear it over.
But why would they choose Independence to come here and live?
No, I would say the number one reason, and this wouldn't just apply to veterans, would apply to what I would tell anybody, is why you want to live here, is it is a great community. It's a very safe community. We are consistently rated in the top 10 safest communities in Kentucky. So that's number one. We've got good schools here. It's just that small town, despite the 28,000, 15th largest out of the 420 some cities in the Commonwealth, still feels like a small town, would be the reason. But I would also suspect for veterans in particular is, there's a reason you went into the service, and my guess is part of that is patriotism. Patriotism, better certainly than anybody, is not something that you just wear on your sleeve. It's something you live. But at the same time, when people are wearing it on their sleeve, I would imagine that's kind of reassuring because you understand that people get it.
Right.
And Independence gets it, and you're going to see it here, and you're going to see it in our corny street names sometime. Declaration Drive and Liberty Orchard down the road here, and you live in the Midnight Run subdivision with the assorted Paul Revere themed names, and we got a lot of those subdivisions. And you're going to see that here. So yeah, we do wear it on the sleeve, but more importantly is we get it. I believe this community very much gets it. I mean, flags will be flying regularly in Independence. That's not an unusual sight, but more than that, at the Independence Day celebration, when we stand and sing the national anthem, people are standing and eyes will tear up and things like that. We get it. The guy I'm most proud of, though, is our Kentucky Department of Veterans Affairs office here in the city building. You had told me about the need, asked if the city possibly had some space, and yeah, we worked it out.
I don't kind of shy away. I've sat down with the governor, I've sat down with the lieutenant governor, I've sat down with the KDVA, and I told them we lack services compared to other states in the state of Kentucky. So having that resource right here in our back pocket, our hometown, is so key and important, and having another one for me make it better because she is the busiest in there. So with that, one of the conversations that's going to come up as we get ready to go through a governor's race with our current governor and his opponent, one of the things that came up and is a hot topic in the veteran population and in the civilian population And with the recent legalization in Ohio of medical marijuana, what is kind of your stance on that controversial area?
Whew, seat just got a lot hotter.
Right?
No, I don't shy away from that. I have no trouble at all talking about it. I am not opposed to it. There is too much scientific evidence that suggests that this is, that it does do good. And I've not seen any evidence. I understand the slippery slope. I don't doubt for a minute that since it started, I don't know, out west, that the prescriptions from doctors for not real needs exist. And I'm not really seeing the great consequences of that. When you look at them, back up a little bit, I'm a registered independent. I have been all my life. And what I tell people is if there was a pragmatist party, I would sign up. Because I am very pragmatic. And while it's not ideal, I look at the greater good. And yeah, you can't argue against the benefits of medical marijuana. And it's really hard to find some seriously adverse consequences.
But what is kind of your favorite bourbon when you sit down and have a good glass of bourbon?
So I have long said I'm not a great one for superlatives. Saying one thing is my favorite, I'm not good at that, and I love bourbon, so it is really hard to say a favorite. I joke to people I've never met a microphone I didn't like. I've not met many bourbons I didn't like either.
I like that answer. I like
so there's a lot of great bourbons out there.
Again, just kind of wrap things up here, but what do you want your kind of legacy to be for the City of Independence?
I tell people what interested me in this in the first place. I guess I'm a real estate appraiser by trade, and so working all over the region, I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly of suburban development, and Independence is kind of at a crossroads. We've grown a lot, but we have a lot left to grow. So yeah, my legacy would be, what I would hope it is, what I strive for is just for my point in time as a steward, to kind of set a course that puts us on a long-term sustainable course. And that sustainability is the smart growth model, to be a suburban city that people want to live in.
So really just kind of the last question is, what else would you like to say to the community?
It's going to sound corny, but thank you. It is an incredible privilege to sit in this seat, and I've never regarded it as anything but. I mean, there's times I will feel sorry for myself. I'm just so busy, and no, I don't get paid enough. Wow, but yeah, I quickly realized the reason I do it, the reason I don't want to quit it, the reason when you ask me what's next is I love this job. It is quite a privilege. It's an exciting job. I mean, there's so many different things going on you get to be a part of. When I talk to kids, one of my favorite things to do is go to classrooms. And one of the things I tell them about what's great about this job is you get to help people. And that sounds kind of corny too, but you're in a position where all your life you've heard the frustration and you've experienced the frustration of dealing with government or whatever, and you just can't get a problem solved. You know, when somebody calls me in a lot of cases, I can. Because I'm the mayor of Independence, my phone call will be taken.
So if someone wants to reach out, give you suggestions on what they want to see, or if they have a concern or whatever, what is the best mechanism to be able to reach out?
Email's the best. I love talking to people, and I'm happy to talk to people if they want to, and you call and leave a message or this and that, but that whole falling through the cracks thing that I'm guilty of, I've really come to rely on email because that lets me go. I mean, I will, at some point each week, I will sit back and go through the last week and make sure I see if I missed anything or whatever. So yeah, mayor@cityofindependence.org. That is the nice, easy one to have the best shot of getting hold of me. And I'll respond anyway you try to get hold of me. But
Absolutely appreciate it.
Yeah, the worst is if I'm up at Cruise Creek sitting at the bar having a beer
Or an old fashioned.
or an old fashioned.
Yeah.
And telling me about your street being paved, I will happily listen to you then.
Thank you so much. I've taken way too much of your time already, but greatly appreciate it. Amazing job as always. And just thank you for being our mayor. We appreciate you, sir.
I appreciate that.
Cheers to you. It's not bourbon, but we'll do coffee today.
We'll do coffee this morning. That's good.
Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.